Hey guys, welcome to this video. Welcome if you haven't seen these videos before, and welcome back if you have. Thank you so much for tuning in. My intention with all of these videos is to assist in raising the frequency and the vibration here on Mother Earth and in all versions of Earth that we exist in simultaneously, past, present, and future. So I just went there. Just going on talking about timelines and dimensions, I guess. But I'm not going to go full throttle into that. I just want to go into a little light language. There's a lot going on around, literally outside of my house. So I apologize if there are noises coming through. There's construction and lawn mowing and all kinds of fun things. But I have to do videos when I have the ability to do them. And so I'm just going to do it because I feel like this is the now moment that I need to do this. So just want to back up briefly and say yesterday were some pretty powerful energy activations, and so are today. I'm still reeling a little bit from them. And so, just what I just did, for example, guys, be aware, and I'm just inviting you to be open to what's coming through the airways. Is kind of what I'm hearing. When I share these videos with you guys, I'm sharing activations as well, because we are all, if you see yourself as a star seed or a light worker, what does a light worker do? What does a star seed do? They came here to assist in raising the frequency and the vibration. So if we can be in a space of the highest levels of love light, we activate people just by being in that space and other people being in our presence, as long as we're holding that field or holding space for these other beings to express their own higher expressions, we'll just say. So oftentimes what I find is if we are in a high enough vibration, and I want to back up and just remind everybody based on what my perspective, as all of this is my perspective, it's not about being in sunshine and rainbows all the time, although I certainly used to think that's what it was. Oh, I have to stay positive. Oh, la 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 la, right? But what I want to remind everybody is that we are not always sunshine and rainbows, neither is everybody else, and that's not why we came here. If we came here to be sunshine and rainbows all the time, then we wouldn't be growing, right? So with the light, there is dark, and what all we are doing now is allowing each other to be who we came here to be, express what we came here to express, but now we're going on the upswing, so to speak. In a pendulum is the message I was receiving. So the pendulum went one way, and it went so far that way that it was going to turn into some tipping point and then keep going into a spin, or it was going to make a shift. In 2012 was a big shift, right? And then start coming back. So if you look at the pendulum, it starts to come back. It seems like it's going down, 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 but then it starts to come on the upswing. And that's where we're at, from my perspective. Much more than that. But that's just one variation or one version of how I see things. So these activations that are coming in for all of us, it can feel like many things. It can feel like the floor is falling out from underneath us. It can feel like we're floating. We can get very emotional. We can feel like we're getting a big cosmic hug. I love those feelings. I'm also being reminded to share everybody not to get stuck in that particular feeling, because being in bliss and love is awesome, and oftentimes we don't want to leave that feeling. But the reality, or what we came here to do, can't always be completed from that particular perspective. Not vibration, but perspective. So, you know, it's just like if you talk to someone who's high all the time, you know, they don't have a care in the world. It's all good, man. It's love and light. And it is all good. But we're also here to be responsive and to take action through compassion. So it is by setting an example. It is by doing what we came here to do. It is by, and I'm not saying in this now moment is the moment to take action, because I feel right now that what we're getting right now, it's time to marinate in. Time to let it kind of soak it up. The picture that I had was like the hands of God netting dough, needing time to let the dough rise before it's put into the oven to be expanded and baked. So it's giving the time to let it sit with everything that's happening, to expand and rise up, then move in. Ah, it's going to get loud. But it is what it is, right? Anyways, having said that, I do apologize for the noise. So those expressions of light and love that we came here to express, if you feel like, so let me go backwards just for a moment. If you feel like you need to sleep, honor your body. If you feel like you need to drink more water, honor your body. If you feel like you need to not eat as much, don't eat as much. If you feel like you want to eat, honor your body. It's all about doing, not ignoring what we're receiving. We're receiving messages constantly, and oftentimes in the past, maybe you guys can't hear it, I'm hopeful. In the past, we've actually ignored a lot of those because we've been go, 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 go. I hear the quote all the time, okay, what's next? Okay, what's next? And that's great for one aspect. It's great to be a go-getter, and it's great to be, but on the flip side, sometimes it's about what's now, and sometimes about what's now is breathing. Just breathe. That's what's next. What's next is to allow. What's next is just to be present with the breathing and just to receive what gifts are being offered. So in addition to that, that will assist you to see what is next and to plan, but not from the old definition of planning. Like, it's good to write things down and have a goal, but it's not always about stepping ahead, because you're going to miss what's right in front of you. If you keep jumping ahead, you might not look down and see that there's diamonds at your feet. You know what I mean? You might keep looking for that mine up ahead for the gold or the diamonds or whatever it is you're looking for, because I have a lot of references that I get from people for money and finances and job, and okay, I've got to see what's next, I got to see what's out there, I got to get that next client, and they're missing the fact that just having a conversation with someone is really what they're supposed to do. Just opening a dialogue, or sitting with the kids, and the kids will all of a sudden say something, and it'll give you a beautiful idea that you've been trying to figure out. It's about taking that workshop, like when I took cranial sacral workshop, and one of the people that worked there was an engineer, and he'd been trying to think of an algorithm, I believe, and they'd been having trouble with all of these algorithms, and I don't know for sure it was an engineer, but bottom line is somebody was trying to figure out algorithms. They went to this workshop, did the cranial sacral, and after the end of the workshop, they figured out the algorithm they were trying so hard to compute. So they had to get the healing, let everything marinate, and then boom, it opens up another channel. So that also leads me to the next message that I've been receiving is do things that are of a higher vibration. I always go look, as you guys know, about synchronicities. And the quote that I saw today was from Albert Einstein. You cannot solve problems from the same consciousness that created the problem. So, and I'm not sure if that's exactly how it was said, but essentially, our consciousness is raising. The problems that we thought we had are no longer going to present themselves the same way or as problems. Sometimes they'll just be a simple solution that was right in front of you the whole time. Us the whole time. In addition to that, we are having new perspectives about solutions to problems, and new perspectives to relationships, and new perspectives to job opportunities, and new perspectives to who we are, because our consciousness is higher. So it's just like that saying, you know, I wish I knew now, I wish I knew back then what I know now. It's kind of that's what it is. We are now knowing now what we didn't necessarily know 5 minutes ago, because we literally shifted our perspective because we allowed an activation to occur, and all of a sudden we had this aha moment. We realized that that really wasn't that important. Whereas 5 minutes ago, that problem ruled your world and there was no solution to it. How many of us have been there, right? We're obsessing over something, and then all of a sudden, or have you ever talk with someone and they were so obsessed about something, and then a week later you're like, how was that problem? You know, how did that work out? and they're looking at you like, what problem? That's ever happened? That's happened with me all the time. Oh, yeah, that, I figured it out. But in that moment, it is like overpowering, and just that's all you can see, right? So that's kind of one of those ahas that we're having, like, oh, there are other solutions, and let's not get so absorbed in jumping ahead, what's next, that we're not taking the time to notice what's now and how far you've come, and the other people in your lives that maybe need a little attention and love and light, right? Because sometimes we get so wrapped up in our own ascension, evolutionary journey, and we forget, or the opposite, right? We're so wrapped up in everybody else's, how can I help? How can I serve? We can serve the greater good. We can serve in benevolence for all, but we have to start with us. So it's that balance. It's not about me, and not seeing what's around us, but it's also not about not taking care of ourselves either. So it starts here. It starts with doing what your body needs, eating the foods that you need, cleansing, staying in a vibration that allows more light to come in and that allows you to receive the energies, and being aware of what's happening around us, and then utilizing that to then ask, now how may I serve? And then the answers will present itself. If you're so busy serving everybody else, but you're not serving yourself, then you're not able to necessarily keep that energy going. It's just that closed circuit battery again. You know, you have to plug into source once in a while, but even better, plug into source all the time. And that's a play on words because time isn't real. So you are always plugged into source, but sometimes time gives us that illusion, right, Maya, that that's all we have. We have to do this. We have to get this done. And then if we take a step back, we're becoming masters of time. So without further ado, drinking some water. So I'm just going to invite you guys to close your eyes. I'm actually just going to do a little blessing, and I'm going to do light language in another video. So I just invite you to close your eyes and just kind of get tall. And I'm just inviting the energies to come through from my highest benevolent self. Okay. Connecting to source energy, and I invite you to do the same. Inviting the Holy Spirit to flow through you, around you, from us. Being open to receive. Being grateful for all that you are. Just breathing in and out, focusing on the breath. Inviting in the energies, the highest levels of love light. And I'm just kind of sharing a little energy here. One more time. Compassion is your compass. Oh, yeah. So just allowing these energies to kind of marinate again, if you will. I'll be doing a light language video at another video, but I just invite you to breathe this in, setting this to be received for whatever you now need in this moment. This is for the collective, but it certainly does allow us to kind of relax a little. These energies are shared. Part of what I came here to do is to assist in lifting the veil, so to speak, lightening the load. Just breathing in and out, kind of stabilizing right now. It's okay if you don't feel anything. Just be present with your breath. Feel the energy in the heart, the back of the shoulders, the crown of the head, maybe in the throat. Everybody feels it in different areas of the body because this is a frequency that activates and mingles with the energies in the individual aspect of the whole. Oneness. So think of source energy as a person, we'll say. And let's say one person has a heart that's maybe a little broken, or perhaps they have an imbalance in their kidneys right now. Perhaps something's going on with their palm chakra or their feet. It's all still part of the same being. Does that make sense? So these energies may go to someone's toe, they might go to someone's heart. It's all part of the same collective because it's the same person. Not literally, of course, but the same being, same oneness, because we are all a piece of God. So we are connected to Source. So if Source is sending love, that's going to be felt wherever we need to feel the most love in that moment, so to speak. Taking a long inhale and exhale. In love and light. Namaste.